It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
Dude, where's my car?
Right now, you're locked into BBC Radio 1 Extra. No, you're not. You're listening to the Dude, Where's My Car podcast. And I'm your host, Tom. And I have my co-host, the Prince of Taiwan himself, Tony. And the man who's sitting in the middle of us is probably one of the most important people we've had on this podcast so far, only because people have been writing in about the podcast and saying that we've been throwing some shade at some Subarus. Well, I have no one better than today than to present you the man, the myth, the legend, Reece Uppercut Condrick. Did I say that right?
Of course you did.
Bro, there is no one more important to bring on Subarus, and you have probably one of the fucking meanest ones out there. I love it to death. I think it sounds amazing out of the millions that I've heard. But you're here to set the record straight today about why your Subaru is so good and to hear all the struggles that you've gone through. We're going to play some games today, and we're also just going to hear a little bit more about your story. Reece, man, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Been a long day at work, you know, just fucking working my ass off today in the heat. It's like 40 degrees in here, but you know there isn't much we could do with it at the moment. But we'll see how we go through the night.
Well, until Tony installs AC in this podcast studio.
We've got the fans. See, we all have it.
We got the fans.
Carbon papers, you know.
I don't. Here you go. Let me use my 350Z mouse. Hang on. Dude, Reece, who the hell are you, bro? And what do you drive?
Well, a lot of people know me from Reece. So I work with a irrigation and pool shop.
Is it Reece or Reece?
Reece.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Anyway, go.
Drive a 2004 Subaru WRX, just a base model, no STI. But we've got a couple STI parts on it at the moment.
I would say your car is very much the furthest thing away from stock. I can't wait to get into it today because it's been an absolute pleasure watching you build this thing. Might I say, I also know that you have, just for confirmation, I know that you have put these parts on this car mainly because you have ordered them through me at ProSpeed. But at the same time, you have decked out this thing, at least from my knowledge, like further than anyone else that I've seen with this model of car. Because honestly, your model, the whole front lip, just as a stock car, it's my favorite one. Like it really is. Like I think if any of them actually stand out, the base model of that car is amazing. So I want to know, run me through your story. Is this the first Subaru that you've ever owned?
This is not the first Subaru I've ever owned. So where we started was, actually my first car was a 1994 Ford Laser Wagon. And that was an absolute piece of shit. I bought that thing when I was like fresh red P plates. First car I actually lost my license in, surprisingly.
Oh, we got to hear the story for that. How? Laser.
Yeah, no, that was a school zone speeding ticket. Red P's, didn't really know what I was doing.
How many Ks over the speed limit in the school zone, by the way? Just for all the mums out there.
Well, we don't do that anymore. We don't speed in school zones anymore.
It's not willing to disclose.
We'll just keep that under wraps.
Yeah, okay.
The speed limit was the speed limit?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It was a 60 and a 40, but the normal zone was a 60, so.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I had that thing and bought it for like $300 off of a family friend. And I had that thing for about 2 years, I think it was. And that pretty much ended when my starter motor went. And it was just like, there's no point buying a $400 starter motor for a $300 car.
No.
So I ended up selling it, I think, actually swapped it for a Impreza RS.
Ooh.
So I actually made $100 profit off that Ford Laser Wagon. The dealer, I went to a dealership and the dealer bought it for $400. Bold tires, no starter motor, just absolutely shot. And then I got an Impreza, which was my first Subaru. So I started modding that up I bought the every Subaru owner's dream, the RPF ones on it, the Yankees.
Mate, tried and true. Tried and true.
And then, yeah, obviously did the exhaust on it. I was a bit of a fanboy and I did the good old WRX boot and spoiler on it. So I had a huge spoiler on it, like obnoxious. And it was just ridiculously big. And that's pretty much where all my defects started.
So that's like okay. So do you think, I'm curious, and this is like not basing off the Subaru you have now, just like back then with the Subaru before, do you think they're like targeted by cops and ever like they see them just like they probably see a Holden Commodore and just think it's my fucking lucky day today. Like I got the lucky ticket. I'm going to absolutely screw this guy over.
Oh, dude, any P plater knows. Like, if you have a loud car and it's lowered, you're done for. Like, you're a target.
Do you think Subs? Do you think Subs are fucked though because of it?
Definitely, definitely. Like, I'm telling you right now, if you're a P plater and you have drive a Subaru and with its exhaust, defect land, defect land.
I'm curious, what made you jump into the Subaru from a Ford Laser?
Oh, dude, I've always loved Subarus and Skylines, and honestly, it was the Subaru Rumble. The Rumble, the Boxer Rumble was my go-to. That's definitely what made me go into it. I would have loved to have a real drive car, but all drive, God tier.
I wasn't going to start this until much later in the potty, but like I would argue that a lot of people give a lot of shade to the Subaru platform. And I think there's some obvious reasons and standouts for it, but I'm actually going to start on a positive note. I would argue that Subaru is one of the best platforms out there. Do you want to know why? Guess who's at World Time Attack and Subinats and all the other major events? What cars are racing those races setting lap times?
Subarus.
They are Subarus. I just want everyone to know that. Arguably, there's also a reason for that because there's a difference between spending $2,000 on a Subaru and then putting $100,000 in a Subaru. There is a big difference, but we'll talk about it later. But I thought I should give it some positive light before you start defending it.
Of course.
But no, you know what's funny? I think I said this before. I wanted a Subaru as my first car. I don't know about you, Tony. Did you want a Subaru as your first?
No, I was always a Nissan, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm looking at it, so it will come down later in the podcast as well. I might become a Subaru owner as well, which we'll get into.
Okay,
I need your suggestions on it.
It's a bit spicy.
Yeah.
I want to know because I honestly, maybe I'm just dumb for not realizing this. I didn't realize that it's either like one or the other. You either get a Subaru or you get a Mitsubishi Evo. I did not know that. Like, being straight up, I didn't know that it was like one or the other. Why didn't you get an Evo?
I don't know. I've known people in the past to have Evos, and I don't really find them as attractive as a Subaru, I guess. Like, I know there's a bit of shade thrown both ways between the Subaru and the Evos, but yeah, I don't know. I know you can make more power out of the Evos, like stock engine-wise.
Yeah.
And that's just talking base models. But yeah, I don't know. I've just never been attracted to the Evos. I've always been a Subi boy.
As in the look or just what it can do or performance?
Just the look, honestly. Like obviously there are like some really good looking Evos out there. Like I agree with a lot of people on that. But yeah, I honestly, the Boxer engine, like the Rumble, you can't get it anywhere else. Like you don't really get that from any other cars. Obviously you have your V8 sounds, like as you would know, with your old V8.
But no, we could always hear
and yours
race from
as well,
a mile
of course.
away.
Yeah, but hang on. I'd argue your Subaru was just as loud as the V8s that we put out there. And I think you've done some good mods to accommodate that too. What I think is like, and I mean, I know you're my mate, but I genuinely think your Subaru is honestly one of the best that I've ever heard, because there's a lot out there that sound like absolute arse. But I don't know what you did to get it right. I mean, I've seen your mods list, but like I didn't. But I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question, because I was going to ask you later. Because the difference between equal and unequal length headers. What's on yours?
I just have the stock headers on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
I've got the full NVIDIA N1 system, which I actually, funnily enough, sponsored from you at ProSpeed, which is awesome. But funnily, I bought the NVIDIA system with the catted downpipe, and I actually got it cut out probably 2 months after I bought it from you guys. Brand new exhaust, cost me like $2,000 or something. From
Yeah,
you
they
guys.
ain't cheap.
And I was like, oh shit, I should have bought the catless downpipe. But I was so worried about getting defected because I know the EPA like notices and stuff. You can get smacked like with the fines and stuff from like.
Yeah. It's basically the equivalent of slapping God across the face. Like yeah.
So I honestly I went to one of my mates and I was just like I don't want it anymore. Just cut it out completely.
Yeah.
Just welded a new piece of
Test
pipe,
pipe or
between,
whatever. Yeah.
And then it's honestly just almost a straight pipe all the way through.
To be honest, I think you did the best decision possible because I think a lot of this people in the golf community are going to fucking hate me, and I don't mean people who swing clubs, although they might in a second. I think where a lot of the golf owners go wrong is they do buy the whole way through. They buy it like through the downpipe. It's always catless. And then the piping is always like 3 inch, if not above. And like that's cool or whatnot, but that's also like a huge problem, and that's why they get fucking destroyed because of that problem. Like I think you actually did the best thing possible. I don't know. Tony fucking deals with pipes every single day.
No, it was the
like,
best.
With cats, like what do you reckon?
I'd always say go catted. If you blow them out, you blow them out. But you've been on the quiet side first. You've tested what it could be like. If you really don't like it, do what you got to do.
Well, I know my rear passengers definitely do not like it. So I always tell people, I always warn them, like, if you're going to sit in the back, at least sit on the right side behind me, because then you won't get the downhill drone.
Yeah. No, but I think it's the best decision that you did because the car sounds fucking epic. And with other mods that you did on it, it's beautiful. It's actually a boxer that I like listening to, like hearing it flying down or rolling up. It was like yesterday at the burger shop. Dan and I were standing at the door. We're like, we'll be able to hear this from like the 2 set of lights before. We heard another go back like, nah, that's not him. That's not him. Not angry enough. And then we heard, I was like, that's the one. That's the one that's coming through. That's Reece rolling up. And then, next second, you came around the corner. I'm like, yep, that's him.
Yeah, funnily enough, my older Subaru, my Impreza, my first one I had, I was at my partner's place in Balgowlah. Pretty much at Stocklands, and her place was just around the corner from there. She could hear me from Ringer Leagues Club fly up that hill there from her place in Balgowlah. So, like, that's like, what, 4 or 5 suburbs over?
Yeah.
She could hear me literally go up.
Echoes through the valley.
It echoes straight through the valley.
It's probably a good like little word of warning for everyone listening to this podcast. You're not afraid of the gas pedal. Let's put it that way. The way you drive your car on the track is arguably the same way that the fucking man who's been punishing beers for 40 years of his life knows how to throw down a long neck quicker than you could fucking brush your teeth. Like it is, you drive hard, and I'll give you that, and it's fucking impressive.
When he gets behind the wheels, he's got more adrenaline pump than a fucking cheater on caffeine. It was like last night. We hit a set of tunnels, and bro, all he goes, fucking full. Just going straight through.
Yeah.
It's impressive. But hang on, sorry. My original question was unequal length headers or equal length headers. Can you explain that to me and what the difference is? Because I understand people either like it or don't like it, but like what is, like why? Why would you do it? Why is there an option?
So essentially, I bought a pair of unequal length headers from my second Impreza because I wanted to kind of get. So essentially, what they do, it kind of creates the moral, like the instead of like the single note, I guess. So
multiple pulses, not a constant.
It's like a multiple pulse kind of sound. When the normal ones, like the stock headers, they're more just like a single sound. It's really hard to explain. Like, essentially, it's like imagine owning like an Impreza, like just a standard base model, and then owning like a WRX. Like you can hear like the difference between the engines. So it's like a deeper rumble, I guess, like with two different sounds resonating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's good to know. I know, like, I genuinely know that people either like it or don't like it. That's fucking personal preference at the end of the day. That's the same with any exhaust for a fucking V8, your car, my MX-5, anyone in this room, an i30 ends, you know, whatever it is, I feel like it really comes down to personal preference, what you like. Do you think actually, you know what a good question is with that? Does it make it louder? Is one louder than the other?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it is. No.
No?
No.
I mean, I'm only asking for your personal preference, only if you did it, but yeah.
No, like I've wanted to do. Funnily enough, I only wanted to do the headers on my Subi because I'm not like a mechanic, obviously, so I don't know everything about cars, but I know a fair amount to know what to do with them, I guess, like to tinker around with them. And I was actually going to buy a set of headers because the original heat shielding from the stock Subaru headers actually blocks off the sandwich plate and my oil filter. And because I wanted to put an oil filter pressure there, a pressure sensor there, and oil temperature sensor, but I couldn't actually screw it into the sandwich plate. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just buy some new headers while I'm at it. And then I looked into it and I was like, oh, maybe I won't spend that much money on some new headers just to do that.
Yeah. I think they're a good investment if you buy some good quality ones. But yeah, I'm going to ask it now. I was going to save all these questions for later because I'm trying to get into your story. I'm just, bro, I'm so genuinely curious. And I think people listening into this would be too, because I feel like we're debunking Subarus today, using you as the guinea pig and also the defender of the shield. Like, it sounds like the Subaru engine is just mad. It does make a certain note that no other four-cylinder can do. It just sounds like there's like a few complications with like the one that you just iterated right now that just seems to cause so much dramas. So what is the appeal, do you think? Is it purely just the sound, the look? I just want to know from your personal opinion. You can't, I guess, really speak on anyone else's behalf. What is it that fucking drives people to buy them?
Honestly, I honestly think it is the sound and the all-wheel drive capacity of them. Like, they aren't the heaviest cars, but they also aren't the lightest. Like, obviously, like an MX-5 going down, like... like
Don't say down a straight because it's not winning.
So, like, an MX-5 around the corners is obviously a really good car. And, like, I feel like Subaru isn't too far behind it. But if you buy, like say, like, Commodores, for example, can't handle as well, through the corners.
100%. They're a boat.
Yeah.
Noah's Ark, bro.
But then you also run into all the complications of having the boxer engine. Like everyone's like, oh, head gaskets. And it's like...
That's the minimum of your worry, bro.
That's what I mean.
So what, like, that's the question though. Like, there's so much fucking love for these things. It literally says Subinats on the side of my fucking shirt right now. Like, people lose their mind and they go to this event and it's such a big deal from a show car perspective. And then also from a race perspective, which is 100% ingrained in concrete, like right there in stone that they're fucking there to set the mark and set records. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? It's gnarly. Like, I do think the sound is one thing, but like, there's got to be something that gets you through the pain and anger.
I think a lot of people, like, the price as well, because, like, they aren't, like, the most expensive car to buy. And you, like, obviously you do have to put, like, quite a bit of money into it to get it to where you want it. Like, I know personally myself, I've put way too much money into this car. But, like, it's only up from here is the way I look at it.
Yeah, okay.
So, like you'll have, like, a contender like an R34 GTR, which is all drive, obviously, as well. Or you'll have the Evo, for example. I know Evos, you can easily get the power out of their stock engines, but I don't know what it is. I think it's honestly just like the fanboys. They just love the Subis. Yeah, because you got like a WRX, you have the Supra, and you have the Skyline. Yeah, like those like the main like fanboy cars you get to.
Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with that. It might be the vapes as well. Like, I don't know. Sorry, it's too easy. I promise I'll keep the snide comments to a minimum. But you know what? That kind of leads into then going into your next car. So I want to know more about the car that you have now. Yeah. How did this come to be? Because luckily enough for everyone in this room, and Tony will probably share a little bit more on this, we've seen this car start from where it was to what it is today. And respectfully, you didn't pull the shortest straw. You pulled the middle straw out of all of them. And you have put so much time and effort into this thing. It is like every car man's dream.
Yeah.
And I mean that sincerely. Like, everything you've done to this car is fucking unbelievable. So I want to start from the beginning. Actually, you know what? Where do you think we should start?
From when you bought it, the complications you've gone through, the stuff you thought you would do, the stuff that you thought you did and was ready and thought was happy, and the shit that happened right after that, like losing first.
Oh, you're in for a story, I'll tell you that. So I bought this car about a year ago now, and I bought it off a college student or university student that was out in Waterloo. And I bought it for about $1,300, $13.5, sorry. And pretty much all that was done to the car was suspension. It had a pretty shitty exhaust on it, nothing too crazy. The wheels, which I fucking love. Like, I can't get away from these wheels.
So you bought it with those gold wheels?
Yeah, I bought it with those gold rims on it. Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things about the car. They look so fucking sick on the white.
Yeah, man, I can't get over them, eh? Because I was originally, funny the thing, I actually hated the rims when I first bought the car. I was like, these are so ugly. Like, I'm gonna change these so quick, and then I fell in love with them. Yeah, so I bought it with a couple little mods, pretty much nothing engine wise. Like, it wasn't tuned or anything. And then first mod was the headlights. So I was looking back today, I was like, oh, I wonder what like a couple of the first things that I ever did to my car were. First thing, headlights, because I had the stock headlights, which I hate. I'm not a fan of the stock Subaru headlights.
Okay.
And I've had the Subarus previously, I actually loved like the halo rings that I have in at the moment. But I took out, there's like Parkers that sit above the halos.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled them out because it overpowers the halos themselves. And then from there, second, exhaust. Like,
Straight up,
you want
yeah.
straight away.
Cat back or a full system?
No, I did full system, turbo
Okay.
back, yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Go. That's not what normal people do. But go.
Yeah, yeah, because with my old Subis, I did the whole catback systems, and like obviously they were NA, but it's just a completely different sound when you do full setup, like completely different. And then funnily enough, I got the car lowered more than what it was already because I didn't like where it was sitting quite well. I got it lowered more because it already had the coilovers in it, and then I did the wheels, like the rim, the tires, sorry. And then what was next? I think it was intercooler and then the intake.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was enjoying that, and like after quite some time of owning it, I didn't realize that you have to actually tune the intake and the intercooler into the car.
Yep.
So like,
You're not alone. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
No, a lot of people don't realize this.
Yep.
So I, after like all my other mods, they were like, oh, you should probably be tuning like your intercooler and your intake into this. And I was like, no, it should be all right. Like what could possibly go wrong?
And so that is the theme of the rest of the story. Go on.
So then we did the turbo, which was an absolute pain in the ass. It was awesome turbo, sponsored by ProSpeed. Thank God.
No, you don't have to say that. But no, say the brand. It's a Pulsar, right? PSR, Pulsar Turbo?
No, it's the Blouch.
Oh, it's a Blouch Turbo.
Yeah,
okay.
So I bought the
BPT.
Blouch 1.5, which I was worried that it wasn't going to be powerful enough. Being so new into the like turbo scene, I was like, oh, is this thing going to be big enough? And then speaking to a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, because then the bigger the turbo gets, obviously you have to spool it up longer.
Yes.
The bigger it gets.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The hotter it gets. There's a lot of things that goes with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then, shit, what else did I do? Full sound system in it. Bought a sub. Bought new speakers. Bought a head unit for it. And then we took it on a track night. Pretty much a couple months later, which was fun for the first 2 sessions.
Why was that?
Well, I found out that the Subarus don't like to be tracked if they're the oil pans are stock. So I starved my engine of
Out
oil.
of curiosity, did you service the car before you went on the track?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, it's good
everything
that
was
people
in-
know that.
Yeah, everything was in tip top. Like, literally, like brakes were all done. Literally brand new brakes. I bought brand new oil, brand new coolant. Literally everything was like brand new,
Yeah, ready.
ready for the track. And then we did 2 sessions of it, so 2 laps in, and then it was just pulled into the pits and started reversing. And I was like, "What is that sound?" And I was like, "What is going on?"
Heart sinking.
And then I was like, "Oh no, it's like my head gasket." It was worse.
Yeah, it was way worse.
It was way worse.
Who was it? What's his name?
It was Mr. Center Bearing.
Because we all thought it was Rodney.
No, everyone thought it was Rodney, and I because I've had Rodney in the past, and I was like, "Nah, it's not Rodney." It's not Rodney.
We were skeptical at first, put it that way.
And then I was like, "Oh no, it should be right." So I watched everyone else go through that track night, and it was like, "All right, sweet. All right, I'll just drive it home." So we got on the highway, and we're like, "Oh, this is driving really well, actually." So must have just been like something happened. Obviously, something happened. So I was going to take it to the mechanic the next day. Started driving home, got up to an off ramp, and I was like, "The car's not really going anywhere."
I'm not going faster.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not really exiting this exit ramp. And then it just died on me, and we're just stuck on the side of the highway for God knows how long, waiting for a tow truck. And luckily the like highway people saw me on the camera, and they're like, "Oh, I see that you're a bit stuck here." So I think we finished it up around 10:30 or something.
10:30, 11, and
10:30,
then
11 o'clock.
we started
Oh, you mean the track?
The
I was like,
track,
that's when we
yeah.
left.
at the ramp? Bro, we were there at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
I don't think we got home till like 4 a.m. in the morning or something. Oh, it was ridiculous.
Can I just say, I wouldn't have done it with anyone else other than everyone in this room and who we are at Car Culture Australia. Like,
Oh, that's it. It was like,
let's be honest, if you did it by yourself, like it was just you and your misso in the car and no one else is there, it's tough.
it would have been the
It
worst night
fucking
ever.
kills you.
I would have been just like, I was sat at the front of my car and just been like, I don't want to do anything. I'm going to sell it. And that's funnily enough.
That's the night.
I was there.
I also have it. Sorry for everyone listening in. Sorry for everyone listening in, but if you're watching it, you can see what I'm pulling up. But this is the moment that Reese's WRX went on the truck, and he is handling it like a champ. I think it's a fake smile, but I'll post it up on the video so everyone can see it. But it was heavy.
That was very disappointing because especially after everything that I did to it as well. The whole turbo was done, like all the money I spent on it. I was like, sweet, the car's like so ready for it to be on the track. And then that happens, and I was like, damn, like that's a real kick in the guts. Like, that really sucked.
It would
But
be.
something amazing happened that night, didn't it?
Oh
Did it?
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the times?
Yeah, what was the time?
Oh, sessions out of everyone.
That's right.
Out of curiosity, what did you have over someone else's head that might be in this room?
Well, I think Daniel's.
I was about to say, let's not say names,
Can we
but
please not go there?
we're gonna go there.
I just want to introduce everyone. We finally got our producer a microphone, so you can hear him on the podcast. You can't see him, although we might get him a camera one day. But go, Dan. What happened?
Do I have to explain?
No, we'll let Reece do it.
Reece can do it.
I'll happily explain. So my 2 sessions out of, I think it was 5, wasn't it? 5 sessions we had.
Yeah, I think five.
So I hit a 2 minutes. I think it was 2 minutes 2 around the track.
This is your first time on,
This is the
right?
first time I've ever been on a track, and
A statement to how hard you fucking drive, to be honest. But yeah,
That was a packed night as well. The sessions were packed.
Yeah, it was a super busy night. We had awesome cars, like not just with the car culture cars, but
those
everyone that turned
BMWs.
up.
Fuck.
Insane cars there that night, and we did 2 minutes around the track in the somewhat souped up Subi. I think it was pushing maybe 180 kilowatts at the wheels at that moment.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was around that. And with Daniel's brand new i30N, straight out of the container. What was your time again, Dan?
2 minutes and 10 seconds or something.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Solid 8.
It's all right. We all love you, Dan.
We do. We do actually all love you, Dan. By the way, this podcast couldn't happen without Dan. So thank you, Dan.
So we're just waiting for you to get some mods, get some upgrades, and you'll get that, mate.
Drive
Don't
better.
worry. Drive better.
I'll get there one day. I'm coming for you.
I like that. See that?
Yeah.
He's throwing shade at you right now. You're going to fucking let that shit happen?
coming
No, I'm
back at
kidding.
you.
I don't want beef on this podcast. We can't see him on this thing. But anyway, so I feel like you've skipped a few steps, right? And I mean this in all due good faith, because you did do the stereo system. You did do a lot of mods. You also did like a lot of flashy mods, I feel like, in the same time. And yeah, stereo could be, I guess, a flashy mod. But when I look at your engine bay, it's not a normal engine bay.
Yes.
Like it's like you have decked out every single portion of this car today. Like if someone saw your car today, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. See, that's the funny thing about like a Subaru engine bay is ugly, man. Like the amount of like wires and crap that's going around the engine, it just looks terrible. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna change this. Like I'm gonna add some color to it. So I went to ProSpeed again, and then bought a couple bits and pieces from Perrin. So Perrin do like the radiator shroud. They do the alternator cover, battery tie down, all those kind of bits and pieces, just to make it like look pretty. Like have it half track, half show car.
Yeah, because you themed it really well, because you've got that fluoro in there, right?
Yeah.
Like the balance between like your white and your fluoro and the way it all, like you haven't just gone, this is red, this is green, this is blue, this is like,
It matches it all up.
yeah, it's like a theme. And that's why like when you got your car done, I think it was in the time, and we'll get to the story, but like when you got your first tune, so not the proper tune, but when you got the cam and everything in, like it was in like a bit of a lull phase, like where you couldn't drive it as hard. But when you open up the engine bay, we were at that car show. Was it? Where were we? Oh, we're picking up his fucking M2, weren't we? Yeah, we were. Were we?
No,
What's that?
oh, was it?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter fucking where we were, but you opened up your engine bay and it was, I don't know, when I see it, I'm like, I can fucking appreciate this. I still got the photo on my phone, I'm pretty sure. Like, it looks good. And I think for people listening in who do own a Subaru, or any other car for that matter, I don't know, like when you're trying to build a show car, and the fact that it's not necessarily a show car, like, you fucking mounted to it, if that makes sense.
You see, that's the thing that people gotta like realize as well. Like, because obviously you want to build a show car, but you also have like the cops, and you like I'm not gonna say that I'm a cop magnet, but I am. But from previous like Subarus that I've had, and I know what cops are like. When as soon as you pop the engine, they know exactly what to look for.
Yeah.
And I know, like having full chrome engine bays, like shiny bits and pieces. I don't feel like that's a go-to. Like it might be if you have like a show car and stuff, you want it to look really good. But if a cop pulls you over and he sees a bright chrome, a bright chrome intercooler, a bright chrome like pod filter and stuff,
Yeah.
like it's just another defect I haven't.
Waiting to happen.
Yeah, it's just pointing out,
literally,
look
yeah.
at me.
Yeah. So I went for like the full like black intercooler, black intake, like everything black essentially. So nothing really stood out.
Yeah.
But like going from there, obviously we have all the internal work, which was after that track night.
Yeah.
So that's when we did a full rebuild essentially.
Well, I feel like we should touch on that.
Yeah. So, where do we start? Is that the cops coming now?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, literally.
I didn't tell them you're here, bro. They just know.
They've
That's
seen
right.
the car outside.
Oh, we're in the Reece from Reece, you mate. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so essentially we did the full bottom end rebuild. So we pulled the whole engine out to diagnose the whole problem with it. Found out that it was the whole center bearing. So we're like, you know what? Let's start from scratch, essentially. So full STI, Japanese spec block, stage 3 Kelford cams, STI, ARP head studs. What else? We did so much on that build. It was about, I think, 10 grand it was. I ended up spending
That sounds
on
about
it.
right.
It was a ridiculous amount of money. but that's what I needed to do. Like I wanted to get that extra power out of it, and I knew the only thing that was going to be holding me back was my gearbox. And so we did the injectors, the fuel pump, like literally as much as we could, like within a good price range, to start it off, and sent that off to Pulse, and it came back at 250 kilowatts, which was awesome number.
Dope.
It was like perfect number. That's like literally what I wanted when I first bought the car. I was like, oh, like 250 would sound awesome, but now I want more.
That you know what we all do. That I think that's across the board with every car model ever. This is debatable. I want to hear both your opinions on this. I think 250 is honestly the perfect goal to reach in a car like yours, with the Subaru WRX that you have. I think that is honestly like the perfect goal to have, sit at, and have a perfectly good running car if you do the appropriate mods. Anything where you start, like honest, maybe even 300, but I'm skeptical in saying that. I'll tell you right now, 300 to 350 and 350 to 400, you're asking for trouble. It's possible, but would you agree that that is not a good street car?
100%. I think I get out of a full tank of petrol, well, I fill up for about 50 litres or so, I get about 300k to a tank.
Yep.
It's just, because I used to daily the Rexy. I used to take it to work every single day, and it was just becoming ridiculous. I'd be filling up almost twice a week with a full tank of petrol, and it just wasn't worth it. Like it wasn't enjoyable almost. Like obviously I enjoyed driving my car all the time, but like having to fill it up twice a week, spending $200 on petrol, it just wasn't a smart idea.
Yeah. What do you reckon? What do you know, Tony? Like, what do you think?
Power-wise, I feel like this year we all hear 1,000 horsepower roll racing cars, 2,000. Everyone's like, they're just chasing a number. It's not really how it drives or how it feels. It's just, I want a bigger number. I want a bigger number. Whoever's got the bigger number has a better car. But at the end of the day, it's drivability. I find in cars, drivability is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. You can have low power, but instant power over someone that has 1,000, 1,500, where it could be quick top end, but low end they're like fucking a snail.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's like you may be able to have like 500 kilowatts or some stupid number, but you have like low torque levels. Like, what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
I think mine's 560, 570 newton meters of torque at the wheels, and like compared to like, let's just say like some diesel cars which push stupid amounts of torque through them, like they'll have me for a little bit, but I'll be gone in like seconds.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the power gains go up, the torque just doesn't matter almost.
But like you said, so here's where I think it starts to get hairy. And I know we haven't really like fully divulged it yet, so maybe I'm being a little bit premature. In my opinion, I just want to make that very clear. I think with what you're chasing, where you're like, there's nothing wrong with getting a 6-speed transmission. I think that's a good goal. I think it's good. And I think you could generate more good controllable power, and I think it will help you on the track. What I'm fearful of is if you do that, you are going to want more, push for more. But guess what happens when you have to change the gear set? You have to change the clutch. You have to change all these things, right, to push that amount of power. All of a sudden, it becomes a dog to drive. If may I say so myself, I don't know, I've never actually driven your car. Sometimes it might be a bit of a dog to drive already on the street. So, because now we're talking about grip and friction on a clutch pedal that is designed to handle that power. Doesn't look like a fucking normal stock clutch, I can tell you right now. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, would you agree?
100%. Like already, like I've already done, so I've got a high performance flywheel in it and a heavy duty clutch. Nothing too crazy, like just like a base heavy duty clutch. And even with the cams in it, man, like it's already like kind of a pain to drive. Like
finding that gap.
It's always like jerking around, and it's just, it's almost not fun to drive in traffic. like trying to get like in first and then go to second and then back into first. It's just an absolute pain in the ass.
All of a sudden, you're not skidding from home at 4 o'clock in the Arvo because that's when the peak traffic is here. Like, you know what? I might as well work another hour and a half and I'll drive it later.
That's it. That's the thing. It's just, like it's still doable at the moment. Like it's nothing too crazy, but yeah.
What do you reckon? Is that true? True statement?
Yeah.
Across all cars, or am I being too much by saying it's broad?
No, I agree with all cars. Again, I always go back to drivability. It's big numbers is big numbers. I want more numbers in my car, but yeah, it comes down. If you daily drive it, that's a big thing. If you daily drive the car, make sure it's drivable. But if it's a weekend, I'd say just go all out.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep
for
chasing.
sure.
Just keep chasing. But like Reece, you drive it what? 3 or 4 times a week. Like if you have a chance to drive it, you'll be driving it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
yeah.
drivability comes real crucial in this.
But
equation.
luckily, I've been able to put a bit more money into it since I got the promotion at work. So I've got,
Love to know where his head's at.
and I don't have to drive the Rexy every single day now. So now it's a joy to get back into it after driving a Triton all day.
Yeah, because you got purpose, right? You. I mean, we're all going to the track, but like you want to keep bettering your time, right?
Of course,
This is what this
of
is all
course.
about.
I just want to stay in front of Daniel.
I thought you were in
You're
front of
already there,
Daniel.
aren't you?
But I want to stay there.
What do you think's a realistic goal for you this year? Because this year we're going to be fucking punishing it. So like, what's the time now? What's the time that you're setting now?
Well, last track night I just set 2 minutes pretty much on the dot.
On the dot. Okay. So what do you think is achievable? Because it's funny. One thing is the car, the driver is, I dare say, more than 50% of the problem.
100%.
So what do you think you can do and everything you're going to learn by towards the end of this year, 2024? What time do you think you can set?
Honestly, I reckon when we start getting back into it again, I'm going to be trying just more technique. I'll be trying to push like numbers, but I want to try and get my technique more because I've only done it twice, like ever. And like from what other people were doing, with like stupid times, like all those other cars were racing. But like look at the Beamers. The last track day that me and Daniel went to, we had 2 Beamers, like brand new M Sport series, like stupid expensive cars in front of us. We're passing them on the corners.
No clue.
Like they no clue how to drive. Just ridiculous. I reckon honestly, I'm hoping for the 180s, 190s. Probably stick with 190 this year.
Wait, like 195.
Yeah, 195. Get 5 seconds off.
Would you put the time and effort into going to training? I know going to the track is training in of itself on a Tuesday night, but like,
I'd love to. I'd love to like look into doing like track training.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the thing. I haven't really looked into it.
There is.
well, today's sponsor is brought to you by Drive. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, that one day. What about you, Tony? I'd actually love to know what time you want to push because I'm not allowed to disclose it.
There's something big coming. But
What time do you want to put on the Subaru that you're about to buy?
again, I'm not chasing time. We'll start out just having fun, but once we get into it,
All right, well, better.
We'll slowly chase them.
Hypothetical. What do you think you could do? I'm curious. Like, it could be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, what do you think you could actually do?
I don't even have an idea of a rough time.
Under 2.
Yeah, 100% under 2. 100% easy under 2.
Yeah, with the car that I know that you're driving. Yeah,
100%. Because look at Ashton driving Hayden's car. Hayden's time and then Ashton's time in the same car.
Oh.
That big comparison, he had 10, 12 seconds on top. The same car, same night. just
First time
different
driving
driver.
it.
First time, yeah. First time driving, you could have a 12-second difference
He's a madman.
with the same car. And the owner of that car drives it every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, definitely track classes.
I can't wait.
People should throw shit for seeking guidance, but that's how you get good at it. You
do you
either
mean?
use time to practice or cheat sheet.
Dude, that's
Get a
literally
coach.
the best thing about it. Like, I think everyone, even everyone, including this podcast, like who is listening to this, whether you like the track or not, going in and experiencing something like that and learning from someone who actually knows what the fuck they're talking
doing.
about will teach you so much shit about your own car that will blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you can take your own, you take your own car and they're like, do this, do that, brake now, like have confidence in your pedal work. Like it's fucking mind blowing the shit that you're like, I didn't know I could do that. Yeah.
Have you ever done like the drift nights before that Eastern Creek host?
No, but don't cock tease me like that. I would love to do a drift.
How about yourself, Tony?
No, I've been in cars that have done it,
Yeah.
but not myself.
I'd love to take the Subi out to do it, eh?
We should. Wet pan night.
Just rip the handbrake.
Yeah,
and
dude,
just
you know
send
what?
it
That's a
around.
great idea. Fucking wet pan Subaru.
We should.
I've done it. I've
Have you done it before?
I don't want to incriminate myself here.
I've
We've all done it before.
Just
I've done the wet pan before in a
Cul-de-sac.
in a Skyline before.
Oh.
In one of my old mates. That was years and years ago, which was really fun. But I'd love to try it in a Subi.
Yeah, dude.
It will happen. We'll
it's
make it
fucking
happen
brilliant.
this year.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, because you missed Subi Nights last year, right?
yeah, I never ended up going.
So there's a component of that event, like where it's not just all about the track, which is very, very impressive, but there's where the show cars are during the day, you know, where we normally park when we go to the track. So that change. So halfway through the day, that stops becoming a show car event, and they get it prepped and ready for skid pan. And they go through all basically the various entries and classes of cars, and then it's just all out like attack fucking skid pan, like wet skid pan, and you just fucking go ham, and it goes for ages. But it's mad like watching people do it, and it's fully invitational to everyone. Never done it before, done it 10 times, doesn't fucking matter. It's impressive either way. It's sick because you can really start to understand like what all-wheel drive does, right, compared to rear-wheel drive or Dan's front-wheel drive car. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it impressive, but anyway, I want to know. I think we all would like to know the moment that your car went from not having an upgraded cam to having an upgraded cam. What was that moment like?
Oh,
The
dude.
difference.
It's because I never really wanted to actually look into the cams. So I never even thought about doing a cam in the car when I did the whole engine rebuild. But like my father put it forward to me and was like, "Why don't we just do the cams at the same time?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, let's do it."
So the old man's the influence.
Yeah, I was just like, "Yeah, sure, let's just go for it." Like I didn't because I'm still not like fully into my cars as much. So I was like, "Oh, what do the cams actually do?" And he's like, "Oh, well, like top end power, like just everything. It just sends the power." And I was like, "All right, cool, we'll do it." And then we did the whole build and stuff. Got the car back on the road, sent it to Pulse, got it back, and then literally like on the way home from Pulse, doing a highway pull. Holy shit!
The sound and the feeling.
sound, the feeling, even like the idle. Unfortunately, it's been tuned out now. The lumpy idle, which I loved,
Yeah.
Rough.
but then again, also the rough idle, like sitting in the car, like
It shakes.
literally shaking.
Welcome to V8 world.
The closest you'll get.
But yeah, like doing a highway pull, the amount of power like you hold up top end is ridiculous. Like it throws you back in your seat, and you're like, okay, well, we're still going.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's mind blowing.
It is. I was very surprised with it.
Just like the tiniest ratio of like a little bit of metal of where that point in the percentage of drops goes between the exhaust valve and the oxygen coming in. You're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
So would you say that was your favorite mod on the car? Doing the cams?
Definitely not. It was definitely my turbo. Definitely my turbo upgrade. Turbo upgrade and exhaust was 100% my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
I think exhaust, yeah.
Exhaust
Exhaust is true for
100%.
everyone. You spend your money and you can hear it right away.
Yeah.
You know the difference.
Yeah, I used to be that bad boy that was like, oh, I love like flames. So like everywhere I would go.
You still love flames, bro, don't
I do still love flames, but everywhere I went, I was like, all right, sweet, we're going to do some pops and bangs here, shoot a little bit of flames. And then I got tuned out and now I'm depressed.
It's funny. It's like for V8 specifically, I'll talk on this, and maybe Tony can share a little bit more light because I feel like you see more cars day in, day out of this. I would argue the cam was one of the best things I've ever done to any of my cars ever. The moment that a cam goes in a V8 is like, it's night and day, the difference. Not just the sound and the feeling. The number on the sheet is fucking mind-blowing. Like, the difference between stock and an upgraded cam. So, like, I went from my stock Holden to my Crow Cam 227 over 244 at 114. It's like, it just, this horsepower number just goes, and then having that cam compatible with, like, oh, well, you can supercharge it on that. You can do this on that. You can do yada, 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 yada. It's fucking mind-blowing. I'd love to know what you think on that, just purely because you do see so many variations of cars, but also V8s come through, the differences in their cams and what they sound like and the tone and the mating call of that car. Like,
100%. You could have a nice exhaust, but it's like having the cam inside a car gives it that grunt to it. You could hear it. The grunt when it's like, wah, it's like fucking.
How's it go?
It just wakes. Yeah. But then I get what Reece was saying. It's like on an NA car, because we have a V8 already of how loud and just pure like power you hear right out of them. On an NA car, as soon as you turbo it, it is like getting that V8 feel.
yeah.
It gives it extra.
Because like going from like the stock turbo, like immediately like, I already made like an extra like 50, 60 kilowatts just from doing a turbo.
That's fucking wild.
And
Yeah.
like with all the
See,
other,
I didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah, with all the other like extra mods and bits and pieces I put onto it, like including, like it was just such a big like difference. But obviously I didn't have the gearbox to support that.
What are they stock? Sorry, I never asked that question. What are they stock?
I think they're about 160 at the wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fuck, I didn't know that, eh?
Yes, I went from like 160 to I think around the 200 mark,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then from 200 to 250
Yeah.
with the rebuild.
It's a fucking...
It
that's
doesn't
a,
sound much. It's like 50 kilowatts. But
Yeah.
then 50 kilowatts is a lot. A lot of people don't feel it. It's like, oh, 50. Oh, okay.
power to weight ratio, baby. Power to weight
All-wheel
ratio.
drive as well.
That's why it's funny you ask about the drifts. And everyone knows this. If I break the fucking MX-5, we're engine swapping it.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not disclosing what engine's going in it for safety and fear. But I'm gonna engine swap it. My biggest fear with doing that, even if I put your engine in it, might be safe with it, but when you have such a tiny car with such a small wheelbase and you start cramming that much power, 250 kilowatts to me, bro,
That's crazy.
I won't be able to stick to the road. I'm not heavy enough. And this is the catch. This is the catch 22. Power to weight ratio. How do I make the fastest car not the heaviest? Well, the only way the F1 people get away with it, because their car is designed to fucking be
Stuck to the ground.
sucks to the ground massive. Like, it's totally different, right? I can't necessarily do that to my car. So if I put a V8 engine in that thing, for example, and potentially maybe yours, I don't know, your ability to stick to the ground, nada.
Well, even with mine, like if I want to put I don't want any more. But when I did want to put my foot down in first and just plant it, I lost traction in first, and in the wet it's first, second, and you're still losing traction.
Yeah,
off the line.
that's what I mean.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous though. So it's got to make you think, like, you want to push for more. And you're like, maybe all the money goes into suspension mods before it goes into more power.
Maybe.
Because better suspension makes you go faster. I know that sounds weird,
But it does.
but it does.
Yeah. I just need to get a new gearbox, another one.
Oh, how are we going to get around this?
We can't. It's a Subaru. It's what they are. Everyone knows their gearbox is just big like glass.
Yeah.
Like you've seen the photos of my gearbox. Like first gear was non-existent.
Yeah, it's
That's
It's also because it's him behind the wheels. He's ready to the green light like the start of a drag race.
I suppose that's
everyone
what
wants to race you.
Is that true or is that the mentality you have?
I just see them look over and they look at me and I'm like, all right, sweet, we're going. Like,
Bro, I'm going to race him tonight. What are you talking about? But it's funny though, because like everyone chases what you're chasing. And I'm so there for it. Push as much power as you humanly possibly can, but how are you going to control it? Superior driving, bro. Superior driving.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I've driven cars for many years, like, and driven like a rat bag many years as well. So I've kind of got like a lot of driving experience. Me and a couple of mates, we always used to go down the McCars Creek roads and always used to go down the Togay there, which is what happened to my first car when I wrote that off.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's awesome fun to go Togay with mates and stuff at night. Just a whole different experience to like a track night or like just like drags. I'm not really into drags as much. Not a fan of them. I'm more like, I don't know, I feel like it takes more experience to do a track night, to do it like a track event.
A circuit. And understanding
yeah.
a circuit.
Yeah, than just to go in a straight line. Like obviously you have all like the high powered like VLs and Tiranas and all those good bits and pieces. And then Evos, you got some Evos out there.
Mate, GFB are pushing it hard.
That's what I mean. Like you'll have 1,000+ horsepower cars going down the strip doing like 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and it's just like I'd rather like spend like 10 minutes going around like a forest road. With,
I
like,
appreciate
mates.
that.
So you enjoy the cruise,
I enjoy the cruise with mates instead of just like going
that
down
instant, like pure top end speed,
Yeah, 100%.
that instant acceleration.
Like it's a whole different vibe. Like Togane and like even like street drifting. Have you ever seen street drifting before? Like
Yeah.
that's whole different vibe.
I like the way you describe. Have you seen it? Participated.
Was your car in it? Are you in that video?
But yeah, it's just a completely different vibe than like to sit in trackside at like a drag event or even being in a drag car. Because I've done the drags before in my old car, and it's just a different feeling. Not a fan of it.
There definitely seems to be a disparity between like, yeah, the like upper echelon. Yes, these people have money, but like the people who are building those 2,000, 3,000 horsepower cars, and like it's fucking sick, and all hats off to them because what you build is fucking mind blowing. But then like having just a normal sort of drift, which I guess is like, that's kind of like what the dragway was last Wednesday. So there's a difference between like just getting on the drag. What's the off the street Wednesdays or whatever it is?
Roller racing.
No, not roll racing. Roll racing is the fucking hectic cars. There's like another drag night which you can do. There's one for diesels. It's funny, bro. There's one for diesels. We went one night. It was fucking hilarious. I'll touch on it later. But there's just a random time where you can just go on the drags, and it is people like you and me. It is people like Tony and I. Like it is like everyone in this room. And yeah, there's a difference in horsepower and all that type of stuff. But like it's funner, if you get what I'm saying.
It's like less competitive.
Yeah.
And it's like I think Wednesday off the street.
Off the street Wednesday,
off the street drag racing, and it's
Yeah, I think that's what I've done before.
It's fucking dope. Dude, the diesel nights. I'll give everyone a heads up right now. It's on Tuesdays. Respectfully, all these guys in their four-wheel drives who are pushing that stupid torque that you're talking about in their diesel.
They're running like big 35, 37s in the front. And then the little stocky 17s in the back. So they're like full, lifted up on the front. And they're chucking huge ass skids like burnouts at the start.
Yeah.
In like a full kitted out touring four-wheel drive, canopy, rooftops, like everything. It's just sick seeing them.
There's people there like... To the people who are country, love you to death. To the people who are trying to be country, we call them concrete cowboys. The people with like these country utes or whatever who get on this drag strip, like it's bro, it's worth just going to sit down and watch, eh? Like it's just fucking funny. It's so good. But I love it. I love the fact that I have the passion for it. You just want to do it, have fun. You just want to do it. It's the best. It's so good. I love it. We should do that.
100%.
You know what? This rolls in really nicely. I'm going to let you two talk about it. The fucking Wednesday events. Because I want to know how you used to run it and what we're doing now. But that's a really good idea that we could do. Off the street drag Wednesdays. Fucking do it
at the track, not on the road. At the track. To clarify,
no.
at the track.
Yeah, but like we could leave here and go out to Eastern Creek and go watch the drags.
No, that'd be awesome. 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Light bulb right here.
Yeah. Ding.
Light
No, so essentially where Wednesday night meets started was essentially when I first got into cars. I saw these cars driving around like Monavale area, like Monavale Road, Belrose. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll follow these cars. Like pretty sick cars when I still had my shit box. And I was like, I wonder where they're going. This is when I had my Ford Laser, my wagon.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder where these cars are going. Anyhow, I rolled up to this car park in St Ives, just across the road from Chugwell Charlie's there.
Yeah.
And it was this awesome meet. Used to get hosted every single Wednesday night. It used to be called the St Ives
Wednesday night meet.
Wednesday night
Yes.
meets. Yeah, literally as simple as that.
Yeah, yeah. We're really good with names in the car community.
You know we're smart people.
And yeah, it was an awesome community of people that used to rock up there every Wednesday. We'd always like start there and like end up driving to like Palm Beach or something or Mona Babs. It was awesome nights, or even McCarrs Creek Road. We always used to go there. And then I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's awesome. And then it kind of started dying off after like a couple of years. And I was like, oh, like kind of like really like doing that. Like, so I got a couple of mates together and formed my own car group for a little while. Used to be called Just Yeet It.
I love it.
I even had like stickers made and everything. And I ran that for a little while and used to do the same thing. Used to just host it at St Ives and then like expanded it kind of. So expanded it to like Ringham Mall, like every now and then Warriewood. And yeah, I just wanted to keep this thing going. Like everyone loves it. Like you don't have to have like the best looking car or the like fastest car. Just if you want to rock up, you just rock up.
Mm.
And that's what I really liked about it. It was this community of people that just turned up, loved talking about cars, seeing each other's cars, seeing what's new on people's cars as well. It was just an awesome experience for people to see.
Did you go to that, Tony?
No, I don't think it was your event. But I went to the St Ives Wednesday night meets. It wasn't like a planned event. It was like people
No.
just knew about it and you'd rock up.
That's the thing, yeah. No one. It was
Secret
just,
squirrel shit.
It was like the local, like, I didn't know about the start. Someone brought me over to it and it was like, yeah, it's somewhere through here on the main street. There's a little like car park.
Yeah.
And then you just roll in. And then you roll in and then there's like fucking people everywhere. You're like, everyone's staring at you because you might be the new car that just rolled up. And then everyone's like curious what build your brand and what's done to the car. And everyone's super friendly. Like, you're a new guy there, but everyone just talks about your car and you meet a lot of different people.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly what it was. It was like, it was only spread through word of mouth. There wasn't like Facebook groups or anything about it.
Yeah.
It was honestly just word of mouth, and if you had a cool car, just rock up. Yeah.
It's almost, there's like an art to it. It's that beautiful where it just starts growing so organically that it's just like you got the good people, and even the people you met last week who came the first time, then they're like in it.
Yeah.
And then it just grows and grows and grows. I think that's really special, to be honest, because that's keeping. I mean, you know why we're fucking here and what we did.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's to not let this die.
Yeah. Well, like I think that's what happened. Like that was the problem with the Wednesday night meets, is that it started and expanded to different other people, and other people wanted to do the same thing.
Mm.
And then, as a car crew that I won't name, got too big, and it just became a problem because you had people doing burnouts, you had people revving all the time, and it
Driving up walls.
driving up walls, and once it gets too big and uncontrollable,
It just spirals out.
it
lost
spirals out of
meaning.
control. Exactly, that's it. Like it's just
It's
people
just
see it.
stupidity.
People just see it as like an event to go to just to be able to hoon, and that's not what it's about. It's about the community and everyone coming together, enjoying people's cars for what they are, not just ripping skids everywhere and just revving up your cars.
What's like the best moment that you remember on one of these nights? It could be it could be the first time you went, to the middle one, to the last one you ever did, like of that era. What's like the most favorable memory?
Damn, it's a hard question.
It is. We asked the fucking hardest here on this show.
I don't think I really had many like too memorable nights. It was just like cars rocking up and just seeing new cars every single time.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
think
the
that
whole
was honestly
vibe.
it. Yeah, it was just a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was honestly just a vibe with people. Nothing really stood out too much. Just new cars coming in, like seeing some awesome cars coming, and then just dying off, which was kind of depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to actually get this going up again.
Well, you are.
Essentially, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, like you're one of the ones flying the flag for us.
Yeah, so
It's almost like this was tactical that you were on here.
Yeah.
Because what should people know about these Wednesday meets?
So essentially, it's going to be a fortnightly event that we do, and it will vary on places that we drive to and meet up at. Like, for example, the other week we started at Warriewood Square, and we drove to Palm Beach and all parked up. It was an awesome turnout. We had quite a few cars there.
Considering the fact that it was torrential rain,
Yeah.
First time as well.
it was actually really impressive.
But like, even if people don't like to like cruise around and stuff, like, you're more than welcome just to come and bring your car, just to have it on show.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the good thing about it. Like we might do it, I don't know, anywhere. Honestly, like, it varies. As long as it's a good car park with enough spaces, enough lighting, like even photos. Like, a lot of people get content at these meets, and it helps yourself grow as well.
Yeah. Which I couldn't want more, honestly, at our events we do, because I mean, that's what we're doing technically. So why not do it for yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm all for it. Don't be shy to get a fucking camera out and vlog or do whatever it is, or say hi to us. Say hi to you. Say hi to Dan. Say hi to Chris. Say hi to like anyone. Like, I feel like we're pretty obvious, right? Who we are. I hope so. We try to show. We try to fucking show who we are. Like, I encourage every single person to come up, say hello, ask a question. Do you want to be involved more? Do you want to do, like, I don't care what it is. You just want to talk to me about your car. I'm here to listen. Like, I'm so for it. Like, this is what it is all about. And I want to take that across Australia.
Yeah, I feel like all of us are really approachable when it comes to like talking about anything. Not even just cars, like literally anything you want to ask us about, like, and then through the group, like
Even message us on our socials.
yeah, like honestly, like, I'm always open for any messages about anything. No dumb questions. Like,
Yeah.
there is literally never any dumb question that can come up. Like, it gets answered.
Except what that car is right there.
You ask me what that car is, I'll probably block you.
But it's good though, right? Like, you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's like a goal for you for this event? It could be anything. That's a really open-ended question. What is like something you would just be so stoked about that we did that would just be fucking top notch? It could be doing something as simple as, we just did a mad fucking cruise. It went for 6 hours and we went to Eastern Creek, went to watch the drags, we came home. Doesn't matter. Like, what's something that you fucking think would be so dope that you want to do one day?
I reckon if someone invites us to, like, it sounds really out there, but you know, like, all these properties in like Terry Hills and stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
How they have like these mad driveways and stuff. Like, it sounds really weird, but I want someone to invite me to their place and just say, come park your cars on my driveway and get this sick shot of like just say like 50 cars, right? Just all parked up like this super long driveway. I reckon, like, with like a sunset in the background or something, it would just be like this mad shot with like all these souped up cars. I don't know. It's probably a really weird thing to say.
No, it's not, bro. That's dope. That's fucking sick. I know exactly the vision that you're trying to build right now. Tony, you writing this down?
and then like, I don't know, just like people inviting us to events.
For sure.
So
I
like,
the invitational letter right now.
yeah,
Go into your driveway and take some photos.
QR code.
Please text us back on. Email us or send your letters to.
admin@carcultureaustralia.com.au.
They're right letters.
Yeah.
yeah, just like getting invited to special events, like hint, like something like that would be awesome. Like,
Yeah.
to get invited, like saying, oh, like, we love your car kind of thing. We want you to come to like hot import nights and showcase yourself kind of thing. Or anything like that. Like Tune, we've got Tune coming up. Like, for like the guys at Tune to say, oh, we'd love for Car Culture to come and sponsor.
100%. I like that just for you, to be honest. But yeah.
No, I'll say, what other stuff have you got planned for the year other than your fortnightly events? Because you, Dan, and Ashton, and Gus pretty much run a big role for our event side. What else do you guys have planned that people should be expecting or be getting their cars ready for?
Oh, I don't know.
Take two.
Street trips.
No, something that I put forward the other night was actually doing like special event kind of things. So, for example, like a Halloween cruise, like everyone would like dress up their cars for like Halloween, or like Christmas, for example, like having like a Christmas cruise. Obviously, like we always have like our normal Christmas cruises, but like something like themed cruises would be kind of cool, I reckon. So like, I don't know, maybe like putting Christmas lights on your car for Christmas, or like decorating your car for Halloween, for example.
You know who fucking killed it? Is the WA car scene. I know they don't have much going on over there. I'm going to cop some heat for saying that. All they have is houses, cars, and wine. And really good beaches and sunsets.
Yeah.
Dude, the car scene in WA is fucking off its head. And doing shit like you're talking about. I think there's that chick, your mum, or whatever the fucking her number plates are or whatever. She's huge in WA. She organised like this huge like Halloween thing that you're talking about, where they dressed up all their cars. I think all of them were MX-5s as well. So like to have such reciprocation across all the cars is nuts. But the things that they set up and do, you're like, holy fucking shit. Like, this is mad. I agree. We should put bunny ears on all our cars for Easter and do a treasure hunt. Oh, yo. Treasure hunt Wednesdays.
That's an idea.
Keep that under wraps. I might edit that out because someone might steal that.
Yeah. That should be sick.
What would we do as a treasure hunt, though?
That'd be fun.
Fuel gift cards.
Find the closest kebab shop.
That's it.
That's actually a fucking grand idea. Can you think of any, like, what would you actually find?
No, like find the CCA team car at a location.
Yeah.
We'll give them like a brief area.
Dude, like a barn find.
Yeah, like a barn find thing.
Like a barn find.
And you
thing.
keep collecting people so the cruise gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Dude, like little Hot Wheels cars of like the CCA members' cars.
Yes.
Like that would be like...
Yes. This guy.
He's got it.
Dude, I only thought about it because at home, one of my mates actually bought me a car that looks pretty much identical to mine. And I was like, fuck. Imagine like looking like... It doesn't have to be like something big, but like if you have... Let's just say if you have like this car, for example. If you have a 34 sitting, I don't know, let's just say in some random car park in some area, right? And then you have like that on top of it. And then like that's like the trophy. Like the model car is like the trophy. And then you get like maybe like a CCA banner or like a
shirt or fucking whatever, yeah.
with it as well.
That'd be fucking sick.
Okay, well, it kind of has to happen now. So unless I edit this out, yeah. I'm not going to edit it out.
It will be there.
Do you have any questions for us? I'm always curious. I always put people on the spot as well towards the end. Is there anything that you would actually like to know about Tony or I, or about Car Culture Australia that you've always wanted to ask?
Ooh.
It could be about our car choices. It could be about why we did this.
Well, we know what... I know majority of the stuff that you want to do with your car, but Tony, what are the plans with the Commodore? Are we looking for any new colours soon? Any
God,
new
he's
wraps
smart.
or
Oh, there's a lot for it.
anything you can mention? Or
Oh, I can always mention it. Always. Everyone probably knows from what? 2-3 years ago, I've always wanted to do the trim. Trim's definitely the next thing. Always in the plan. I was always pushing back doing the cams because when I do that, I want to do the full build. And then I wish my pockets were that deep, but they're not yet. With other builds coming along. So that, but short-term wise, the wrap. I might get someone to do like a full livery, like a race car livery over the orange. That's what we're talking about. We change it up a bit.
yeah, that'd be
Like
awesome.
a race car livery.
Over the orange.
Over the orange. So before I change to another color, I could do a livery so I could still use the orange for a bit.
Sponsored by CCA.
Sponsored by
Fuck, let's hope.
Sponsored by my own pocket.
Let's hope, because liveries are expensive.
Yeah, livery on top of the orange, and then possibly change colors again.
Hey, do you have any colours in mind?
No, not yet. There's a lot of colors I wanted. Choosing the orange was a hard decision. So it was like, what, 3-4 other colors that were there that I really wanted, but just people around me said they would look shit and I would hate it. But I still don't think so.
I'm glad I deterred him from getting black, because we all know as black cars, well, I'll speak on behalf of the community, that it's just not worth it. Don't do it.
No, it's not.
too hard to clean.
It's
way too hard.
It's shocking.
I won't ever own a black car ever again.
I don't think I will either. I've had 2 white cars, 3 white cars now, and 1 black, and Not to be racist, but the black was the worst.
Well, you're not being racist. You're talking about cars, but yeah. But I stand by this now. But I'm fucking struggling just the way you are. Before with the wrap, white or red for the MX-5?
I reckon red, like a wine red.
Fully thought you were gonna say white.
No, because I was actually thinking about wrapping my car.
Oh yes. Okay, you can't just fucking say that and then not talk about it.
So I looked into it, and the only problem with wrapping mine is that there was a really shit paint job that was done on the roof of my car, and so when I got my windscreen replaced, the like just the masking tape on the windscreen, like that went onto the actual paint, peeled the paint off straight back to primer.
No.
So if I wrap my car, I'm gonna lose half my roof if I take it off. But I've been thinking actually way too hard into this on what color to do it, and I've been trying to do a bit of like photoshopping on edits and stuff.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Just to see how it would look. I don't want to mention anything, but I think I've got a color in mind.
Good.
It's going to be a bit of a surprise.
Is it going to be Subaru
What
blue?
colours won't it be?
No. It won't be, obviously it won't be an orange.
Fuck you.
It won't be orange. And it
Can't
won't
be
Imagine us
white.
all rocking up to an event, all having orange cars.
That's your fucking porn dream right there. That's what that is.
Sick.
No, it wouldn't be an orange.
How much of a statement would it be if a whole group just rocked up? Not in like
That
the same,
would be
same
cool.
color.
That would
Yeah,
be
it's
cool.
It would be a statement.
It would be a
That
statement.
would be awesome.
And if wraps weren't that expensive, I'd say let's all do it.
Yeah.
Just for a night, let's do it.
100%.
But guess what? Don't have that kind of money.
Dude, we've got wrapping paper we can buy from anyway. I've done it before.
What's the cellophane tape or whatever?
your books.
You know, like that really shitty tint that you can buy off Wish? Buy like meters of it.
Oh fuck! You buy Shein, I buy Temu. He buys fucking what's the other one? What's the other one? Fucking
AliExpress.
AliExpress. Fuck! Oh, so you're not willing to disclose it?
Nah.
That's killing me.
I'm keeping it under wraps. It's going to be a
don't
surprise.
fucking use puns like that. Livery or wrap?
I don't
Surely
wanna- I
you
don't
can
wanna
say
anything.
that.
Nah, I don't want to say anything.
Ooh, so it could be a livery.
I have an idea.
Same color wheels.
Oh, yeah, same color wheels.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there. It might be two-tone.
We've been talking about how sex spec and everything is making a resurgence. Two-tone is right up there with
Left
that.
and right or up and down?
Diagonal.
Oh.
It won't be. It won't be by the time it comes out. He's just saying it, but
I could be talking absolute shit. But nah, it's going to be two-tone, but I don't want to put it out there. It'll probably be... I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It'll ruin it.
fuck.
I don't want to say it.
I'm already
It's too
impressed.
surprised.
I just want to know.
We're gonna hold you down after the podcast. and ask you.
Fuck it. Everyone's got something to look forward to now in like a few months when you actually do it.
So I'm thinking of doing like a front and back livery on it, but because of the paints on the car, that's why I'm not 100% sure on yet.
Just do it anyway, because no matter
change
what,
the wrap.
Yeah, but exactly.
But if I change the wrap, then it peels the paint,
But no matter what you do, the paint's fucked.
I suppose.
So it doesn't matter, because
We'll
by the
see.
time 3 years rolls around, you may want to change it anyway. Because I'm going to let you in a little secret to doing track days. It fucks your paint,
Yeah.
especially
Oh,
a
I
wrap.
know. I can tell already, like the marks on my roof from rubber,
Yeah.
and I was like, "How the fuck did these marks get on my
Yeah.
roof?" And I was like scratching it. And I was like,
It's not coming off.
"It's not fucking coming off. It's fucking rubber."
And it affects white the most.
Yeah, I was like, "This huge mark straight down the middle of my roof," and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah. There's nothing you
rubber.
can do unless you fucking got some elbow grease. But
I mean, if BMWs move out the way, then we wouldn't have this problem.
motherfuckers,
BMW owners.
brakes always breaking.
I know. Imagine not having brakes at the end of a race.
I'd say honestly, fuck the paint on the hood. Just go in, like do it. It's gonna be fucked anyway.
Yeah,
Do it.
It was still going to be a surprise. I'm not telling you.
That's okay. I'm just saying, just do it. Like I'm
Yeah,
giving you
yeah,
the
yeah.
confidence to fucking go for it.
I just
Like,
have no money.
yeah.
Just fresh engine rebuild.
Afterpay's a hell of a thing. No, don't. I'm not. It's not financial advice. Don't do that.
Because it pays higher limits.
This is not sponsored by Spotify.
This is no.
All right, so is the wrap the next thing for the car, or what's to come for the car?
Nah, I reckon definitely next thing's going to be more cosmetics. Like, obviously, wraps are cosmetic, but
Yeah.
I feel I need to fix what's already broken. So, like, my front lips, 3/4 of it at least, is broken. I've been driving around with it broken way too long. And then I reckon doing some other bits of... I don't want to spill too much beans. I want it kind of be a surprise.
I love it.
But there's gonna be a bit of body work done.
Well, you say
that.
cosmetic.
Yeah,
So,
so cosmetic body work wise.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bit of, like, maybe a new bumper coming in soon, or
yeah.
some side skirts and stuff like that. Just
I
to
love it.
make it a bit better. I want to raise the car up as well. Kind of sick and tired of scratching on everything.
It's funny how that happens with age, bro.
I can't
Our knees just don't do the work anymore.
well, I can't even get down my own driveway. I can't even work on my own car in my own driveway. I have to park like
kills
pretty
you.
much on the footpath
Yeah, I
to
know.
work on my car.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what's the secret
And-
answer to that? Air cups or airbags.
Yeah. Too expensive.
Little bag.
Not like I
Things
would
can
love
always
to.
happen. We can make it happen. We can always make it happen.
I would love to do it. I would love to do bags, but I've heard of too many problems with bags.
Oh.
You've seen me.
You can get addicted to them very easily.
Okay, and on that note, I think we might fucking wrap it up. We do not condone any illicit activity unless it's in the car. Reece, man, thank you so much for coming on today. I feel like there's more that we have to divulge into, because I even think that you didn't cover enough of your car build, because there were more than just one aches and pains, let's be honest, than just the night after your first track night. There was way more to it. And I think that shit really hits home to people, and I think people need to hear that. So I'd fucking love to bring you back on for a part 2. And we won't just make it just about Subarus. This is important. We talked about Subarus today, but I think it's important that you share and divulge a little bit more, I think, of like the emotional play, because I would argue in my favor here that like it fucking hit you hard having no car for a little bit, as it would with all us car people, right? When our car's off the road or something goes wrong, it could be a fucking flat tire. Fucking ate me up. Flat tires eat me up, not fucking engine problems. So like, but that type of shit kills you. And like that mentality, and then like what you got to do to get it back is fucking everything. And I think that shit is engaging and like really, really interesting.
100%. There's like you said, we'll get into it maybe in a part 2, but like just being off the road, you can tell, like even like losing your license, for an example. Like 3 months is a long time. If you lose your license to be off the road for that long, like it's your hobby. It's like your passion. It's what you want to do every single day. You're like, oh, I want to go out. I'd love to go out and just go for a drive, and like just get like clear your head. Like, so that's what it's like. It's like you want to clear your head. You want to like just be with yourself, be with your mates, just cruising around. It's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
But instead, you're just sitting at home. And you're like, shit, my fucking car's broken again. It's like you call your mates. And you're like, oh, can you come pick me up? Like, I want to go somewhere, just anywhere. Like, just come take me for a drive.
Yeah. Reece, if people want to follow you and what you're doing, how can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
What's the handle, bro?
The handle, yeah.
That's obvious.
I can't even remember my
Okay,
Oh, fuck,
I can't
bro.
remember my TikTok handle. My Instagram's RK000.
Yo.
Yeah. That'll do. You can fucking find him everywhere else
You
from
can
there.
find me everywhere else from there.
You can also find Reece right across Car Culture Australia. He's everywhere, man. So
everywhere.
like,
He's
and
the
he's
white
also
Rexy.
helping running the events, and you're going to see him in videos, and you're going to see him everywhere. And I hope I fucking part 2, to be honest, because I think there's way more to fucking divulge.
Well, I think we only just touched the surface of every single topic we talked about.
Yeah, which seems to be the case every time we have like a page worth of notes. Don't even touch a fucking third of it.
I kept looking at it, and we didn't get any of it.
Do you want to call us out?
You do it. You've got it going every
Oh, man, okay. All right. If you want to follow us at Car Culture Australia, you can follow us on every single platform, every streaming platform you can think of. And if you want to watch this podcast, you can watch it on YouTube at Car Culture Australia or Dude, Where's My Car? It's fucking brilliant. If you want to follow everything we are doing specifically at Car Culture Australia, type in Car Culture Australia on every single platform you can think of, Facebook, YouTube, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It's all there, guys. It's all there. I promise you'll find it. It'll be probably in your top search history. In saying that, if you want to buy some merch off us, you want to get a shirt, you want to get a lanyard, you want to get a sticker, you want to rep what we're doing, we are working on it and we're trying to build it as much as possible. Doing that and purchasing our merch goes in a long way to supporting this podcast. And in saying that, if you could please rate, review, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. I think there's polls on our fucking episodes now as well. Like you can please answer those polls because that goes in a long way for us to continue building this. It gives us better studio equipment. It gives us a chance to make this bigger and take this around the country, which is for you guys. At the end of the day, this is why we did this, is for you guys. So I can't thank you enough for tuning in. And I do read all your comments and I do see all the views coming in, and it is blowing my mind that we are literally in the thousands now. Like, it's fucking weird. I think this is episode 7 or 8 or whatever. I don't know. We've recorded a few of these, so it's coming out in bulk. But it's so important, and I promise we've got even more stuff coming for you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Reece, thank you again. Tony, thank you so much for making this happen. Signing off.